Before I discuss the issues of racism, let me do a quick favor for a friend of mine called BlueFusion64. Just some time ago, a user called ITP Sandstar commented on a video that doesn't exist anymore and criticized Blue Fusion for not knowing the name of a song and calling him a dumbass. Hey, guess what, ITP Sandstar? Who calls someone a dumbass for not knowing the name of a song? Just because you don't know the name of a song, that does not make someone a dumbass or stupid. I mean, at least the best you can do is tell that person the name of the song. I mean, what harm is that going to do to you? And now, on to the main subject, racism and discrimination. I will start by giving you a short history about both the Nazis and the Ku Klux Klan. Nazism, for example, was a political movement in Germany that started in the 1920s. Of course, it is a form of racism, and a lot of the philosophy of this movement was based on an idea that the Aryan race, or the blonde hair and blue-eyed race, was better than all the others and had the greatest ability to survive. According to the racist ideas of Nazism, the Jews, Slavs, and Roma, also known as the Gypsies, were called inferior races. The Nazis sent millions of Jews, Roma, and other people to concentration camps where they were killed. These killings are now called the Holocaust. The word Nazi is a short form for National Socialist. Now, the longer form of the German language means National Socialist German Workers' Party in English. Of course, while there has not been a Nazi state since 1945, and by state I mean country, there are still people who believe in Nazi ideas. These people, called neo-Nazis, claim that white people are superior to non-whites, spread lies about Jews, and tell other people to hate Jewish people and other groups of people. Many neo-Nazis say that the Holocaust killings never really happened, or that the numbers of those killed are wrong. These people are called Holocaust deniers. Yes, unfortunately there are some Nazi groups in the United States and other countries in the world, and we are doing our best to make sure that is brought down. Now the Ku Klux Klan. Jeez. The Ku Klux Klan is a hate group which started in the southern United States on March 3rd, 1865. The first one was disbanded because of the law. The second one was founded in 1915 for a second time, obviously. But this one was different. Aside from the rituals and traditions of the old Ku Klux Klan, which were also incorporated, any white Protestant man could join the KKK. Targets of attacks were again black people, but also Jews and Catholics. In 1920, growing economic problems caused the Klan to get much bigger, and the KKK started proclaiming white power, white supremacy, etc., etc. They lynched, they killed people without legal executions, no law trials, and any undesirable was murdered by the Klan, which of course is a form of terrorism. After the Second World War, the Klan closed again because of high debts, and right after the case of Brown versus the Board of Education of Topeka, Kansas, when the court ruled that it was unconstitutional to have different schools for black and white children, the Klan became much bigger, and the KKK began again to attack and threaten black people. In the latest years, the Klan still burns down churches where black people go, and there are currently about 1,700,000 members in the Klan. And of course, we are out of the second Klan, so now we have the third Klan right now, which has been in effect since 1946. I forgot to mention that the second Klan was brought down in 1944. And the third Klan, of course, is the current Klan, and has approximately 179 chapters right now. Now, let me talk about hatred against Jews, because this is one of the things that confuses me about these people. Obviously, one of the reasons why Nazis and Klansmen hate Jews is because they were very successful. Stereotypically, they're good at managing money. And back then, when Hitler was in power, he just needed to find someone to blame for his problems, and chose the Jews because they always seemed to be in his way. Again, they were very successful in Europe, and he hated that, and believed that they were subversives and posed a threat. But Hitler wasn't the first person to persecute Jews. Jews have been targeted for thousands of years. Oftentimes it was because they were successful, which brought up feelings of rage from other races, but of course this is all debatable. Another reason why would be from the late 1870s, traditional, religious, anti-Jewish attitudes were increasingly supplemented by new secular racist and anti-Semitic stereotypes and by conspiracy theories. Now, overall, I found 7 conspiracy theories, and I will list them all one by one. 1. Many in Germany refused to believe that Germany had actually been defeated in World War I, and instead subscribed to a conspiracy theory nicknamed the Stab in the Back legend. This claimed that Germany had been done down on the home front by assorted liberals, socialists, and communists, and by the Jews. 2. In Germany before World War I, the Jews had been widely associated with liberalism. In the wake of the Russian Revolution of November 1917, they came to be widely associated with communism. In the 1920s, this was widely taken for granted, not only in Germany, but also in the US, Britain, and France, etc., etc. The third theory states that in some extreme right-wing circles, there was talk about a supposed Judeo-Bolshevist conspiracy. Hitler himself saw the Jews as the biological root and the carriers of communism. This conspiracy theory seems to have been particularly popular among some of those who fled from Russia to Germany in between 1918 and 1920. This influence of these people from Russia, which had a long tradition of anti-Semitism, should not be underrated. And there's another link to the website that I found this on, but I'm not going to mention it. Hitler also added to this cocktail the claim that the Jews were homosexuals, actively undermining German manliness, soldierliness, and the will to fight. This kind of thing was, of course, highly inflammatory. Hitler saw it as his mission in life to rid the world of communism and to establish a vast German empire in Europe. Not the world, Europe. Well, now I'm confused. Was Hitler dreaming about world domination or just European domination? Which one is it? Anyway, the 6th conspiracy theory states that in Germany, it was probably the maliciously constructed link between defeat in World War I and the Jews that proved most explosive. Jews had not been prominent in the 1918 German Revolution, except in Bavaria, and there had been no stab in the back legends either. The German army was retreating, and fast. When Germany asked for an armistice, and it wasn't Jews who asked for an armistice or signed the Treaty of Versailles, anti-Semitism in Germany was particularly strong in Bavaria, and Hitler found his rantings against Jews brought him wild applause in the beer halls of Bavaria. The 7th theory also states that Hitler also needed to use a scapegoat, which was the Jews, to blame for Germany's defeat in World War I and for Germany's economic problems, especially the Great Depression.